There we go. Let's do this. Okay, welcome to our Coriolis, the Third Horizon campaign. We're running the Mercy of the Icons, Part 1, the Emissary Lost. The heroes, as they would be, the crew of the Sacred Oasis has been investigating what they're calling the Mysticides now, the apparent murder of those infected, as some might say, with the disease of the mystic disease. That is some supernatural powers that people have been experiencing over the course of the last cyclade, I guess I call it, about a year. It seems ever since that the emissaries first showed themselves, one that is claiming to be the judge icon, and a second, well, there's many of them, and a second one is on the Coriolis station, who many are calling the messenger. That emissary has gone missing, I guess now 2 days ago or a day and a half ago, and the party has been charged with finding out any information that they can about it by a pretty prominent judge. They're meant to be keep it low key. This kind of works out perfectly because they were already kind of investigating it, looking for their Captain Amira's niece, who seems to have gone missing. So let's go through. We'll introduce all our characters, and we'll see where we want to go. All right, here we go. Nikki, tell us about your character and what's going on.
Former courtesan turned captain, Amira, has come to the sanatorium to try to find out information. Because there's a lot of very sketchy things happening here, and she thinks there might be a setup in play. She's there with Saeed, her bodyguard, former bodyguard, but still kind of bodyguard, best friend. And he is sipping chai tea and intimidating the poor people who work at the sanatorium. Well, Amira is going to try to get some information out of Brother Luca by telling him the way she bluffed her way into this place was by telling them that she had something that she needed healed in her soul. So she is hoping to talk to him and find out if the Order of the Pariah is really behind some of these disappearances. And that's Amira.
Excellent. Okay, so might as well do this in groups here. So, Mike, tell us about Saeed and what's going on. Is he enjoying that chai tea?
Yes, Saeed is drinking the leftover chai tea. He's also going slightly nuts because he can't see what's going on with Amira. And he figures that Rahman and Cyrus are probably up to no good too. So he finds himself pacing the waiting room area every once in a while, looking out into the market space to see if he can see if Cyrus is, and oh gosh, my name just slipped.
Rahman?
Auxiliary brain. To see that his companions are okay. And he's coming back. Things are up in the air with the riots and everything that's going on, and he'll just be happy to be back on ship if they ever get back there.
It's been the longest 3 days ever, I guess.
Yes. The most uncomfortable, longest 3 days ever.
Right. So speaking of the other two, Young, tell us about your character.
So Rahman is a self-proclaimed best pilot on this side of Third Horizon. He's good natured but takes stupid risks with himself and the ship even when it's not necessary. Rahman is currently outside the sanatorium looking for ways to, get that tablet off of one of the brothers' hand because he apparently took a picture of Cyrus and Cyrus does not want her identity to be revealed. So he's coming up with these harebrained schemes on how to switch that with some cheap tablet that he could secure from a nearby market, but he's wondering whether if he's going to have enough time. And before we left the game in the previous session, he was thinking about going in there as a patient and trying to create some sort of diversion. So he had asked Cyrus to punch him in the face as hard as she could. So that's where we left off.
And that was where we ended, I think. Cyrus! Crystal, tell us what's going on with Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus is the engineer aboard the ship. Of course, right now they're not on ship; they're on leave, and all this crazy stuff is going on. Yeah, she managed to get her picture taken and gave a fake name, so she's a little bit worried about that. But also, Mira has given her name and everything, uh, so she's starting to think about that. And now that Ramon has asked her to punch him in the face, she's kind of like cracking her robot knuckles a little bit, and contemplating what she's going to do here.
Excellent. So there we go. Right. So you had you're being brought off with Brother Luca, Amira, past the high security of the one monk or whatever, I guess a brother that's standing there blocking people, and into kind of a back area where it's kind of a large space, very, very clean and very open, and you see all these different alcoves, and each of the alcoves has some like pillows and stuff so you can sit in there to make it comfortable, a little table, and like a curtain that closes. So he kind of he introduced himself, of course, and you start walking back, and he says, "I'm glad that you came. Those who have wounds that cannot be seen to the eye are often those that need healing the most." And he kind of brings you to one of those alcoves, and he goes in. He like motions for you to walk into it, and then assuming you do, he'll come in after you and close the curtain. And he motions for you to sit down, and then of course once you do, if you do, then he also sits down.
Yep, I will sit.
And he says, "Tell me, child, what burdens your heart?"
Well, first, thank you for seeing me, Brother Luca. I really appreciate your time and your energies. Or the Pariah do such good work here on Coriolis.
Well, we do the work of the icons, of course. We are
Yes.
I'm more of a Samaritan than I am the order. The order is
True.
in any case, tell me what troubles you.
Okay. I believe I could be infected
Oh,
in my soul with mystic disease.
kind of frowns. He says, "Yes, this has been a problem we're seeing more and more of. When did it first show its signs, and in what form?"
First showed its signs when the emissary disappeared and I heard a song in my head.
Oh, so this is something recent. A song. Are you sure it's not just distress with all the riots and such happening?
I've been around a bit, and I don't get very easily distressed. This was something that just appeared in my head.
I see. So you see visions?
I hear auditory hallucinations.
Okay. And do you believe that they are visions of the future or the past, or why do you believe this is mystics disease and not just stress?
Well, because I was about safe division at one point of the future. And perhaps this did start before the song started.
See.
just you have a way of telling who has the mystic's disease and who does not?
Well, typically we would counsel you and look for signs. I don't think hearing music is anything to trouble yourself with at this point, but we'll want you to come back, of course, to discuss this and see if it changes. We wouldn't want you to hurt anyone,
Oh, of
as
course.
sometimes happens. Some of these poor children have been known to cause great damage to those around them when the disease takes hold. So it's very wise of you to come early.
Do you
We should
counsel many
probably.
with the disease?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, anyone who needs counseling, we Samaritans will offer our services. No charge, of course.
Well, of course not, but I'm sure you take donations.
Nods. So, of course. But the work we do is the work of the icons. We these things are beyond me. I am just here to help. So it doesn't sound to me like you are in any kind of immediate danger or threat to your friends. So that's good.
What kind of counseling do you do though with people who truly do have the disease?
Well, we discuss it and help them come to terms with it. We believe through faith that this disease can be fought and pushed back, controlled as it would be.
What do you
It's a
think
new
is
thing.
causing?
Well, I don't know. I only know that person who chooses to parade as the judge claims to be, and it's causing much upheaval in the Third Horizon. And I think many times people believe that they are infected with this disease, but in fact it is just the world we live in, as it would be.
Yes. I was
And
born under
you,
the sign of the judge myself, so it
oh,
disturbs me if someone is impersonating them.
yes. You hear like a beep sound, and he's excuse me, and he looks down. He has like his Apple Watch, and he says, "Oh, do you know Brother Ramaz?
Ramas? Yes, I do.
He is done with his work, and he saw that you had checked in and was curious if he could come to greet you."
Oh, of course. And thank you for speaking to me. I was scared that I might be in trouble, but it sounds like I just maybe it was distress. Even worldly folks can have stress at times.
Of course. And he kind of just he stands up, but if you start to have kind of motions, if you want to stay seated, and then he'll reach up and he'll pull the curtain to the side, and you actually see Brother Ramas there. He is, if you don't remember, he's kind of an older, like middle-aged guy, shaved head. He's in just simple robes, as a Samaritan or order for pariah. He looks at you and you see him. He gives like a bit of a smile. Actually, test manipulation. Well, actually, observation.
Observation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Observation. No.
Okay, yeah. So he, you don't want to pray or anything.
Not for this. No.
Okay. Yeah, he greets you and he had a small smile and he says, Amir, it is good to see you. I heard that you were here. I thought maybe you were injured, but He kind of looks at Lucas and he says, "If you're speaking with Lucas, do you have concerns of the heart?"
I did, yes, but I think Brother Luca has managed to set my mind at ease.
Excellent. And you can see he's kind of looking at Luca. Luca's looking at him for a second, and then kind of Luca like puts his eyes down, and then bids you farewell and walks out, so that you're just with Ramas. And he
Yes.
says, "I saw Saeed sitting in the lobby. Is the rest of your crew not here?"
Oh, they're on the station. I don't think they're in the sanatorium, though.
Oh, excellent. It's getting dangerous out there. I was concerned.
Yes, I heard there was just a person killed, shot down in Wahib's cantina not too long ago.
Yeah, he kind of like he looks down at his hands a little bit, and then he probably looks up. He says, "Yeah, yes, I heard that poor soul, Kimona, right? That was her name, Kimona,
Yeah, Kumari.
Kamari.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, even those who are not believers in the true way deserve to live and have the chance to redeem themselves. So it is sad that she was shot down before she had that chance. I hope the icons accept her with the full graciousness that they will myself or you or anyone else.
Well, she seemed well-meaning enough. I think the judge will be merciful to her.
Yes. Yes, I hope so.
So have you just been working here since the Ghazali?
Yes. This was my my position before we took the ship. So I'm back as the surgeon here. So I apologize. I wasn't around when you arrived.
But you're doing wonderful work as a surgeon, so that's okay. Have you had many people with those strange powers they talk about?
Kind of like rubs the back of his head a little bit. He says, "Yes, this has been something that's been occurring more and more." And he kind of like squints a little bit at you, and he says, "Is that what troubles you? Are you?" He kind of looks around a little bit. "Are you experiencing strange powers?"
Well, I thought I could be, but I think I was mistaken. I think I was just being a little paranoid after our time on the Ghazali and then the uprising here, the disappearance of the emissary. You know how it is.
Of course. Yes. Well, we are always here for counseling. I'm sure Brother Luca told you as much.
You did. You told me that you help people come to terms with their affliction. You just talk to
Yes.
them?
Yes. Well, counseling, helps a lot. Many many people who are wrought with this disease begin to believe that perhaps they are special. You see with the false judge and this other emissary, they're already calling the messenger. They will rile people up and cause, and he kind of does his hands like, you see what's happening here.
Well, there have been many disappearances and murders, and the emissary has disappeared. So it is a time for strife, I think.
Hmm.
I just hope
Yes,
that
yes,
not many people end up on your table.
yes. He kind of looks down at his hands again. And he says, "Yes, yes, I agree. I hope that this remains peaceful."
I don't want to be too forward, but is Zalos or Mira talking about what's happening here? You heard anything, being members of the order, at least on some level? What is their stance on the emissary's disappearance? And
this we do not know yet. Only I have not spoken with any of the ambassadors, and yeah, as you know, it takes time for the news to travel. So whether they even know at this point is hard to say. It's only been, he kind of looks down at his little Apple Watch, as a day, if that.
true, that is very true. I was just wondering if they would condemn this violence.
Well, I'm sure all. I mean, the judge will judge. He says, "You guys, this is of course, the false judge needs to be tried and persecuted for the heresy. But those who are led astray, they cannot always be held accountable. Sometimes we do things because of our beliefs that we realize later are not exactly the right things."
Yes, that is very true. I'm afraid I've been on that end of things before. But you try your best to make up for that.
Yes, yes, we do. Do a. He's trying to read you to see what you're up to. So you're going to do a compose manipulation.
Okay.
So make a manipulation check.
Okay. Sure.
It's empathy. So he has. Okay.
10 plus 2.
You have a lot of dice. You're better at this than he is, I'm sure.
Probably. But we'll see. I've rolled a lot of dice before. Oh, that's good. 1, 2, a 3. 3 successes.
Oh, no, I did that wrong. That's not 5 successes. That's, well, hold on, what? That doesn't make any sense at all.
You did the symbol the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, what? Okay, well, either way, I can just look at the dice. Okay, yeah, so he gets no successes. Yeah, you can tell that he's trying to. He senses that you're here for something else besides what you say you're for, but he can't really get it from you. You know, like he's a little suspicious, but then he's kind of like. At first, he's suspicious, I should say, but in talking to you, he seems to now, think, okay, this is actually why you're here. Actually, you got 3 successes, so critical.
Yes.
You can tell that he seems uncomfortable about something.
Okay.
Like when you've seen him before, he was basically, hardcore, like, this is it. Now he's like a bit more even-tempered than he was before.
I will just ask him. Brother Ramaz, we went through a lot together on the Ghazali. What troubles you?
Oh, all that's going on. People are being hurt and dying. This is not what we and the Order would want. We are here to heal. We should not be. We do not want, I should say, violence.
Are you sure all of your brethren feel that way?
Well, I mean, I think that you can actually do a post manipulation against him
Okay.
again. Except now you're trying to get it out of him. And now I'll do my dice the right way. There you go.
1.
You got one as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's basically they cross each other up. So yeah, it's hard to read him. You can he doesn't seem to break unless you want to pray. If you'd like to pray, all you need is one more success. One more tantalizing success.
Right? Yeah, I want to know. So I will roll again. I will say, open your heart to me, Brother Rahman. You can trust me. I've heard many secrets. Well, that time I rolled 2.
Oh, so 2 more, so 3 total. A critical.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, he looks and he says, he kind of puts his hands like he's got this robe. He kind of puts his hands in his pocket and he kind of slouches his shoulders a little bit and he says, many have come here, and recently, those who were coming for regular counseling stopped. I have to go. And he kind of like reaches out to shake your hand,
Okay.
like in passing to leave.
Okay.
And when he does, and he kind of does that, he like shakes your hand. That's a 2-hand thing, like on your hand. And when he does, he puts something in your hand. And then he says, "Peace be with you, sister, and continue your counseling, and you will feel better, and knowing that you can rid yourself of any of these troubles or your soul." And then he kind of he like gives a little bit of a nod, and he kind of turns, and you can see that like there's a few more brothers that are coming down the hallway, kind of in that direction. There's actually 2 brothers and a sister. And he walks kind of in their direction, and then he nods, and they say his name, and he says their name or whatever, and then he walks past. And you're kind of left standing there. I mean, you know how to get back; it's not that far, but he doesn't like walk you out; he just leaves you there. So outside, leave you there. Outside in the main the core, I guess. We got Rahman and Cyrus. What you guys have not managed to get a reasonably priced tablet. Did you want to punch Rahman in the face?
Cyrus, she's like cracking her robot knuckles on her robotic arm, and she like rears her robotic fist back, like she's about to
Rahman
punch
like holds
Rahman.
both of his hands up, and it's like, no, punch me with your regular arm, not the robot arm.
And then she just starts laughing, and she's like, "I'm not going to punch you at all."
Cyrus, if you strike me and get me injured, I would use my injury to create a diversion. Perhaps you could take a moment to grab the tablet device and erase the picture they have of you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it matters. I mean, they have Amir's name. I think they have Amir's name anyway. I mean, what they have my picture and a dumb name I gave them. Whatever.
Well, the record of your lie would remain, and that may reflect badly on all of us.
Hmm.
How long do you think you need to gain access and erase the information once the tablet is in your hands?
I don't know. He says I need to hold the tablet to erase the information.
Well, how long do you think you could access the information and erase it?
I mean, if I just delete the memory on his device, I mean, assuming they haven't stored the information, uploaded the information to a server somewhere.
You mean the temporary information that they have?
hmm
Well, go ahead.
But I mean, then again, I mean, if they were any kind of intelligence, and they probably are, that information probably is stored somewhere instantly. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I've already messed with our reputation before. The mirror can fix it. I mean, that's kind of what she does.
I don't know. You were quite worried a few minutes ago.
I was, and then I got over it.
Are you sure? He clenches his jaw and goes like, you can do this. Come on, punch me in the face.
I mean, if you want me to punch you in the face, Ramon, I'll punch you in the face.
If it would just take a minute or so, then I think this is definitely worth it. It's a risk that is worth taking.
You do realize, like, I'm not your girlfriend. I mean, if this is some kind of weird kink thing, maybe you should go negotiate somewhere. Some courtesans around, maybe.
Cyrus, you're my best friend on the ship. You teach me how to do these hacking things, and I teach you how to do a little bit of flight training. Come on, you can do this. And he clenches his jaw and, says, come on.
Would this count as sacrificing something for a friend, since I don't want to punch you in the face?
Not punching him is not sacrifice.
All right, yeah, no, Cyrus is just gonna like roll her eyes and like walk away.
All right, Ramon's gonna say, "Yeah, I tried," and he follows her in. Are there any protesters nearby?
Yeah, if you're in the corridor, are you?
Well, actually, you know what? Well, I don't know what Ramon wants to do, but I think what Cyrus is gonna try and do is find like an arcade or something to chill out in. Wait for Amira and Saeed to get done.
You realize there's like riots stuff going on.
Amira, hold on a second. You said that you're gonna need about a minute or so for the access. Yes. If I can get you the device in your hand, it could take about a minute or so.
I mean, sure, if you could, I guess. But like I said, I'm not too worried about it anymore.
Here, hold on one moment. And then he runs off to the protesters. Okay. And, as these rowdy guys are just going around and shouting and stuff like that, Ramon says, hey, you over there. And then he points at one of those guys that are being rowdy and chanting. What are they saying, by the way?
Well, I mean, there's a mix of people. Some people are saying that it's the end of the world because the emissary has gone missing. Some people are accusing the basically the government, the council with all the So there's a bunch of conspiracy people. A lot of people are just kind of confused and they are scared and they don't really know what's going on. So you got a lot of different people.
And Ramon points out the guy that's like, shouting the loudest and says, "You there, I think you're stupid for saying such a thing."
Okay. All right. So do you want the guy to punch you in the face? Because that's what he's about to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well,
are you just going to let him or do you...
Yeah, he's going to let him.
All right, so then he'll just sail at you then. So yeah, he comes running up and he punches you in the face, which does, an armed attack does 1 damage. I guess I should actually roll because he might crit you. He could probably kill you actually. We wouldn't crit you solo. Yeah, it's unlikely, but he could. Let me see. Let me find my. You might get a good. I'll use these.
Nose or a loose tooth or something.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. We got strength 2, unarmed combat 2. Okay, so no, he'd have to get all 4 6s in order to do anything serious. But let's just roll anyways, because it's always fun. So he's gonna roll 4d6. Nope. Yeah, we'll just say he hits you because you let him. So yeah, he punches you. You take one hit point of damage.
And then he goes, "Ooh!" And then it says, "Oh!" And then he just walks away. Is he bloody or anything like that in the face?
Yeah, I mean, you got hit in the face. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like clenching his mouth and goes up to Cyrus and says, "Come on, let us go in there."
When he walks up to Cyrus, Cyrus is going to punch him in the face.
Oh man,
Okay.
with a robot arm.
No, with her human arm.
Nice.
All right. Well, just I mean, I guess are you gonna try and dodge it, or are you gonna?
No, he wasn't expecting it, but if it
Yeah.
just comes, then naturally he's gonna try and dodge it.
Okay. Yeah. Then go ahead. Just roll initiative against
What's initiative again?
D6. No modifier.
Okay.
Because you might be able to just move out of the way before you can hit him. Or you should roll it as well, Ramon. You'll kind of see her doing it. All right, we go on at the same time. All right, so go ahead and make an attack there, Cyrus. Make an unarmed attack.
Oh, limited success.
Okay, so was that one? One die?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, you can try to parry it if you want. Yeah, I gotta look at the combat stuff. I wasn't expecting a fight to happen here. Did you want to try to block it or fight back or anything, or are you just gonna let her hit you because she's basically on you?
Yeah, he's gonna let her hit him.
Okay.
It's not gonna.
So you
he's
take
not-
what?
he's
You
not
take
gonna
1 point
let-
of damage.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And she's going to say, "That's for being such an idiot," and then she's going to walk away.
Yeah. She's gonna go. Oh no, don't go. Let's and he's gonna go inside the Samaritan or the what's it called?
The sanitarium.
Yeah, the sanitarium.
Okay. Saeed, you see Rahman come running in with his face he's holding his face.
What happened to you?
Is Cyrus nearby?
I don't know.
No,
Does Cyrus come with?
No, she walked off like the opposite direction. She's really pissed at Ramon now.
Okay. All right. He's gonna say, "Oh, the protesters! They punched me in the face," and he holds up his hand and says, "Oh, brother, I'm injured. I need immediate need of your service." And
Okay,
tries
yeah.
to get the attention of the same brother that treated Cyrus.
Yeah, he sees you coming in and he sees your face, so he, jogs up to you, quickly and kind of gets you, gets his arm around you to help you, and he starts to bring you in.
Yeah, he's gonna say,
Yeah.
"Oh, the protesters, they were outside. They're overwhelming.
Where's Cyrus?
Cyrus is outside. She's all right. She didn't get punched or anything."
Well, they won't
but
come in here.
She's alone.
Well, yes. She's just outside, I believe.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go find her then. You stay here.
All right then.
Okay. He leads you
Yeah.
back to like a back area, and immediately another brother comes and takes you, and then he turns around and walks back to the front.
Oh no. Does he have the tablet with him, or did he take it away?
Yeah, he has it in his hand.
The same guy
he-
or a different guy?
No, same guy. Yeah, but
Okay.
this guy here doesn't have a he doesn't have a tablet. The guy's helping you. He introduced himself as brother Hazma, and he says, "Oh, this doesn't look too bad. Come over here. I'll get some salve."
He's
And
gonna
a
say,
bandage.
"Oh, by the deckhand, I'm bleeding," and then he's gonna bump into the guy that has the tablet.
You're gonna charge back at him and try to knock the
No,
top.
no, no.
Okay.
He's gonna turn around and stumble towards him and say, "I'm bleeding. Oh, my tooth is loose, brother." And he's trying to go after him. He follows
Okay.
him.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Yeah, but the other guy has you. The guy that's helping you.
Okay.
I mean, there's a guy here that's helping you, and he says as such. He's like, "I'm the doctor." That's Jarvis just greets people, and Jarvis turns
No.
around with a smile, and he says, "Yes, go with him, brother. You'll be fine.
Are
You can check
sure?"
in after. Don't worry about it."
And he goes, "Oh, I feel so disoriented," and he's gonna stumble towards him and try to have him drop the tablet or something. He's
All right,
gonna
you
grab
can
his
make-
arm and go lean on him, basically.
All right, you can make a melee attack, I guess, if you want an unarmed attack.
I don't think he wants to like attack him. He's not
Well, I know,
like,
but that's just how you'll do it. You'll have to get, if you want to knock it out of his hand, you're gonna have to get a critical to knock it out of his hand, because that's
Okay.
disarm would be a critical.
Okay, is that melee combat? Oh man.
Yeah, he catches you. He's like, brother, and he puts his arm around you. He's like, oh no, you definitely need help. And he starts walking you back again with the other brother, and they bring you to the back, and they kind of try to get you to lay down on a chair. He just kind of tosses the tablet onto like a pillow on the ground when they bring the and yeah, and they sit you down, and they're like, open your eyes, and they're like, as soon as you get in there, though, Jarvis then turns around and grabs the tablet, and walks back up, because of course nobody's watching the front, and that's his job. And right around the time, you see Amira, you see Jarvis. Jarvis is his name, right? You call him Jarvis. You see Jarvis walking from around the corner with the tablet in his hand back towards the front. Saeed is no longer there, and nobody's at the front desk at this moment. As you enter into the lobby, Saeed, you go outside. You don't see Cyrus because you left, right, Crystal?
I mean, okay, you said there's like riots and stuff going on. I mean, how bad is it?
I mean, it's bad enough that people aren't like.
We were doing we were doing shopping, right? And like for like a tablet.
What? Yeah, I mean, you were trying to go to some booths, and there was like, people that are shut down are. What I'm saying is, people aren't just like hanging out in arcades. I mean, there's crap going on.
Okay.
People,
All right, yeah.
I mean, that's all I meant about that. It's not like it's dangerous to walk in the street, not unless you start trouble with people.
All right, but I mean, there are some booths and stuff, right?
Yeah. This people, they gotta work.
All right, yeah. Cyrus goes to like just buy like a slushie or something to cool off with.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you find something, especially if you don't go up into the core. I mean, you're in the core, but if you don't go further up into the core where it's open, where most of the people are, like this is you're in a quiet area near the sanatorium. You can definitely. So yeah, you may or may not see her, Saeed.
I mean, she's not dumb. She's not gonna like run off into the city on her own. I mean, like she's waiting for Amira and everyone to get done. So
okay,
she just goes to get a slushie so she can cool down because now she's pissed at Ramon for being an idiot.
Okay. All right. So Saeed, you don't see her there because she went off to get food.
Okay. I will go out further.
Okay.
Don't get hurt, darling.
Yeah, that's it. So you don't see Saeed out there. All you see is Jarvis. You when you come up to the front, Amira, the guy that originally took your name and stuff.
Yep, I'll go over there and thank him as well. Always good. And I will make a small donation to the sanatorium.
Excellent. Yeah, he thanks you. He says, yes, we appreciate any donations, of course, but don't feel that you need to pay if you need help. We are always here.
I'm still gonna get.
And he says, would you like to make another appointment for some counseling? Brother Lucas said that you might want to come back.
It might be good just to have an appointment, just in case. Although he was very helpful. You should really give him. He's very, very good.
Oh yes, Luca is very good. Okay, yeah, he set you an appointment for like. Usually the counseling is once a week. He says, so he sets it for next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple people in the lobby. After he does that, he sees somebody walk in and he starts, tending to them unless you hold him his interest.
No.
So. Yeah.
I have something in my hand, right?
Yeah. What you got in your hand, and you probably could have looked at it before you got to the front, is it looks like a small personal communicator, and it has already just like a direct communicator. It has like a number in it.
Okay.
Something you could easily stash in your pocket or whatever. It's little. It's like you can palm it.
That's what I would do. I don't see Saeed.
Nope.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, what happened and why did he leave? What did those other two do?
See, it's them.
Well, Amir's not a fool.
You know exactly what I'm up to.
Well, actually, hold on though. When you guys first came in, Oh no, you didn't come in. You purposely came in separate so that people would know you were together, right? So okay, so Jarvis is not going to tell you about Ramon because he doesn't know that you know him.
Well, and if he watches the TV, he knows, right? Because
That's true. He might put it together. That's true. That's true. That's true. You have a 7 reputation, right? Let me do a little
yes.
dice roll in here.
I
Give it a
actually have an
chance.
8.
Oh wow.
Ramon
Alright.
has 7.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are pretty well known. Yeah, actually, right. So he sees you looking around, and he says, your friend, no, Saeed, the one that is dating," and he kind of like does like a little eyebrow raise thing, has stepped out, but your crewmate came in, having been molested in the protests.
Oh,
Yes, he didn't look too hurt, but on the surface, but he was seeming to be very dizzy. So I think they're probably going to give him some surgery.
where is he? Can I see him?
Oh, of course. Come, and he walks you back there. It's not very far. You just like they slide a door open and you see Ramon in there holding he's got ice on his chin or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
and Ramon
brave silence.
yeah, and this other brother that's in there, Ramon is like asking you questions, like he's putting his finger up, like how many fingers do I have up? And he's like, doing tests to see if you have a concussion. So,
Yeah,
I'm
he
assuming-
answers truthfully.
Okay. Yeah. So he says, you seem to be fine. It could have just been the stress. A lot of stress going on lately. And he turns around, he sees a mirror, and he says, if and Jarvis, and he says, Jarvis says, "Oh, this is they're friends or whatever." And then he says, "Oh," he said, "Well, if you're willing to stay with him and just keep an eye, I don't think he has a concussion."
Oh yes, I will keep him close.
Okay. He kind of, he says he gave you like a little shot or whatever, like a Novocaine or whatever to keep your mouth from being hurt. And he gave you some ice.
Ramon says, I don't believe I checked in. No one took my pictures or asked for my name when I checked in, or when I walked in here.
Ah, yeah. Well, Jarvis is still standing there. He says, "What is your name?"
Rahman Al Qasim.
Ah, yes. And he holds the thing up and takes a picture of your face. And then he turns around and walks out.
Rahman sighs, and then he rubs his chin. All that for nothing.
Well, you got your own name in there, I guess.
Now,
Come on and take him out.
now
he
in
follows Amira out.
now in the news, there's going to be a picture of Ramon's face all like beaten up from the protest.
Yes. Did the protesters do this to you, Ramon, darling?
Yes, they certainly did.
Well, I'm glad the brothers can help you, and I'm glad you're not concussed.
Yes, I feel fine, except for the lingering pain. Does he recover any of the hit points from the treatment?
Yeah, you can have them back. I mean, it was just minor stuff. So usually you recover like 1 per hour, but I mean, he gave you a little treatment, so we'll say you recover. So it was only 2 hit points.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of back in the lobby area. I don't know. I guess you could probably reach out to the other ones if you want via communicators, or if you want to reconnect with the other. if you guys want to reconnect with Saeed and
Yep. Saeed, are you off chasing little birds?
Yes, one little bird in particular.
All right, darling, I'll come to you.
Between the riots and the syndicate, I'm hoping she's okay.
Yes, me
Yes,
too.
yes.
Where are you? I'll come to you.
At the far end of the concourse, I'm heading towards the core.
Okay. We'll head there.
Okay.
At least I will. I think Ramon will probably follow me.
Let's
Yeah,
wade
so you
right
guys
into
can
the
link.
middle of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you does Cyrus not answering her communicator, or you guys just
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Cyrus would answer. I didn't. Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm getting a slushy.
You're getting a slushy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want one?
Well, you better only if you have Chiefs puffs with it.
I mean, I could go to another vendor.
No, that's fine. Um, but you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amira, do you want a slushie?
No, thank you. But thanks for asking, love.
I could
Alright.
use a citrusy slushy drink.
She hangs up on Ramon.
Ugh. For some reason, I think Cyrus does not like me. Perhaps I should reconsider my friendship with Cyrus.
Why would you think she doesn't like you?
Oh, I don't know. And he rubs his chin.
I'm heading back towards you two.
Yeah.
So just stay there.
Did
Cyrus, you take your couple of slushies and you're walking out of the slushy place when a kind of burly looking guy steps in front of you. And he says, you have something for me?
No, I'm not really in the mood right now. Thanks, though.
That was the question. You have something for me. And you feel another hand on your shoulder.
Oh, you're with okay. I mean, you're expecting me?
Is she dumb? He's talking to somebody behind you can't see. You have something for me. Where is it?
If you'll tell me exactly what it is, I'll give it to you.
You feel the
I
hand on
want
your
to
shoulder
make sure
get tighter.
I'm not make sure. Look, I just want to make sure I'm not giving the wrong thing to the wrong person, because if I do, then I could be in trouble. More trouble than I'm already in, and I don't like being in trouble. I just tell me exactly what the object is you need, and I'll give it to you.
He kind of Stanley looks back up at you and he says, Cyrus, where is it?
See,
We're not playing.
the thing is, everyone around here knows my name now because I'm kind of part of this crew that like everyone knows.
Okay. They're going to try to inject you with a hypodermic needle. So you can roll initiative.
Like literally, all he has to do is be like, "It's a flash drive," and I would give it to him. So I mean, this must not be the guy. He must not know. Like he can't be with the syndicate. Otherwise,
ahead
he would
and
know
make
what it is he's looking for. But okay,
Go ahead and make a
make
roll.
a what now?
Initiative. Initiative to see if you can
Initiative. Okay.
see if you can move before him.
4.
No, okay. They were on 5. Okay, so yeah, the guy behind you is going to stick you with this hypodermic.
Nice.
Let's see. It is. You can actually. Let's see how we're going to do this. I need to look at the character sheet for a second. You can do a force test to not immediately drop.
Okay, but I'm guessing I don't
at-
get my robot arm.
No, definitely not. And at -2 because it's.
Nice. Okay. Cool. No, I failed.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're unconscious.
Nice.
Okay. So, Saeed, you end up back with the 2 slushies at the ground.
Yeah, like that cinematic scene where it's like my arm goes limp and like the slushy like falls.
Strangely, the robot arm does not get limp because it's a robot. It's still stuck out and you just fall over with the strips. Yeah. So you hear like a clang or whatever, and people around you, and yeah. So Saeed, you get with the rest of the party.
Yeah. I go, Ramon, you're okay now?
I feel a lot better. It doesn't sting as much as it did a little while ago before I walked in there. But what's going on?
So you're punching rioters now?
No, it's just that they did not like what I had to say. They're easily riled up these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if
Okay. Well, I mean, I expected that you knew better. So, I mean, if you're gonna do that and just kind of wander off,
Yeah,
I mean,
I shall be sure to keep a good distance away from the mob. Speaking of mob of people wandering around, I wonder where Cyrus is. Do you think she is okay?
she's getting like the fruit slushies or whatever.
let's go to where she said she was. Of all the mob stuff, Saeed, I don't know. We should probably go to her.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you guys head out there. She's not there clearly.
Two slushies on the ground.
Two slushes on the ground. Yeah, I mean, you can make an
Well,
observation
one
to see if
slushie.
you one slush. You see remnants of two slushies on the ground, the liquid anyways, but there's only one cup because the hand's still holding onto the cup. You can make an observation to notice that. I guess. I mean, it's pretty easy. +2. You're looking for her. You knew she wanted slushies. Ramon does not notice that. Is anybody else looking for Ramon?
Yeah. I got one success.
Oh yeah. You see the slushies on the ground.
Clearly, I don't see anything either.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, you guys are like, I don't see anything. Everyone's like, slushy on the ground.
What
First thing
slushy?
I'd say I have a very bad feeling. Can I try to get her on the communicator? That's what I would try first.
Okay. You try for a little bit, like you try, and then maybe you wait. You're like, oh, I'll try again in a minute. You try a few minutes later, and a gentleman's voice answers, and he says, Cyrus isn't available right now. She owes us something, and since you're her boss, I guess you're gonna have to pay."
Where is she?
She's in one piece. I saw some pretty nice battle armor there in the Sacred Oasis when we were in there last. I could use a suit like that.
I'm sure you could.
Mm-hmm. Bring it down to Stevedore Central in an hour. Click.
Saeed, darling.
Or
You
Saeed.
can start to use your skills.
Yes, Amira.
They have Cyrus. I'm assuming the syndicate. They mentioned being aboard the Sacred Oasis before.
Uh huh.
They want your battle armor, which of course we're not going to give them.
Well,
But we could give them a demonstration, yes?
I think so. I was just saying how I miss wearing that. I would hate for them to, not actually see it in action.
I will say they better not have harmed Cyrus at all.
Yes. Well, one can never tell what happens during a riot.
Is she all right?
They say she's in one piece, but I don't necessarily trust that she'll stay that way that long.
I am worried. To say that she's in one piece does not mean that she's still alive.
Well, if she's dead, they soon will be. But I'm going to keep up hope, Rahman, that she is alive.
Well, Saeed, what is your plan in trying to find Cyrus?
Well, there's going to be a meeting, right, Amira?
They said to meet in Stevedore Central in an hour, of course. They're syndicate, right? So
That's what I thought I overheard.
Just a thought, but perhaps we should let the Adjudicator know that these folks are trying to extort us.
That's true.
We could do that.
They have
That's
kidnapped our crew, and
I-
they're trying to extort money from all of us with a threat of violence or murder.
I think the Adjudicator might be a little busy with riots that are going on.
Let us record all the discussion that we have. I do not want to jeopardize Cyrus's safety. If it wasn't for safety, I would just say, let's go in there and blow them all up. But I believe it would be wiser to pay the gold that they pay the credit rather than just simply give them the armor. Perhaps they
Oh,
would
not-
negotiate.
I'm not going to. We're not giving them the armor.
No.
This feels like an open wound that's just going to keep bleeding.
Yeah.
I think we need to. I think we need to staunch this wound.
Agreed. I am also tired of being pushed around.
Okay, so we cut to Cyrus's. You wake up. You are in your little garage area there. You have your human hand tied behind your back and your feet tied. Your electric arm, you try to move it, you can't seem to move it, and you look down, you see there's an inhibitor on it, on your shoulder. A big burly man, the one that you saw before, is there. You can see that he's got like slushy stain all over his outfit. He doesn't look very happy. He kind of smiles and he holds up when at first you're blinking, you're not quite sure what it is, and then you realize that it is the head of your robot dog. And he drops it on the ground, and then he lifts up a grinder and he says, we could take the arm the painful way, or you could give me what you have for me. And
Dude.
I don't think there's not going to be some interest to be paid. This is not a cheap suit.
I literally only asked you to tell me what it was, and I would have given it to you. Like,
He turns on the grinder.
all right, just untie my hand, and I have it here. If you'll just untie my hand, I can give it to you. Look, there's no way I could like break out of here or anything. Just untie my hand for me, please.
Jalil will be your hands. And you see another guy standing back there with his arms crossed. He does not have slushy on him.
Okay, all right, Jael, look, robot arm. The forward part, in the bottom, there's a panel that slides back. That's where the object is.
Okay. He walks up. He takes a his pistol that he had under his robe. You know, he pulls it out, his accelerator pistol, and he kind of points it at your head, and then he tries to manipulate the arm.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that actually where it is?
Yeah, that's actually where it is. Yeah, she just
Okay.
put it like under the plate of her arm.
All right, he takes it. He takes the flash drive, puts it in his pocket. Yep. And looks at you. He says, I guess they see some worth in you. And he goes, all right, Jael. And Jael goes up and he presses a button on the inhibitor, and you hear it beeping. He says, in 10 minutes, that'll release. You can untie yourself. He drops the grinder on the ground, and then he walks out.
Again, if you had just told me it's a flash drive, I'd have been like, "Oh, okay, here you go, whatever." Didn't have to
He
get
comes
all
back.
medieval on me.
He comes back and punches you in the face, and you go unconscious. All right. So back in with the rest of the group. What's your plan? About half an hour's gone by. Yeah, you could have been moving, obviously, while you're having this conversation.
Raman
Well,
is preparing the voice recorder, and he does say, I'll prepare the recording device for the communicator. Gotta keep let us keep that open just in case we have an inquiry from the adjudicator. And as soon as that's done, he's gonna prepare the silent pistol with the scope that Saeed had given him in the previous game.
Are you reaching out to the adjudicator, or no? You're not asking them for help, right? Or you are?
Yeah, I'm not asking them for help, not
Okay.
without Amira's sanction.
Okay.
I'm just afraid Saeed is correct and they will be overwhelmed with rioters.
Akuba, that's her name. Sorry. Yeah, Akuba.
I don't think anybody will blame me if I'm in armor right now. I mean, I am a bodyguard.
Amira, just a thought. Perhaps we should just simply let Adjudicator know that this is happening. I don't know whether if she would be able to help, but simply letting her know what is happening may be a good thing.
Yes, I agree. Go ahead, Ramon.
Yeah, if Amira agrees, then he's going to send a message to the Adjudicator.
Yeah, you have that direct line to Akuba. When you press it, she, within seconds answers.
Okay.
And she says, yes. She doesn't, of course, she doesn't know who it is because you just
Greetings.
called them.
This is Raman Al-Qasim. I work with Amira. I'm the pilot of
yes.
Sacred Oasis.
Yes, of course. Good thing you called. We have some information for you.
Well, that is excellent. But we have come into a bit of a trouble. While investigating the goings-on, one of our crew members, Cyrus, she had been captured by some thugs. We're being extorted, and she has been kidnapped.
Oh, is this in relation to the ongoing investigation?
I cannot say for certain, but the truth of the matter is that with one of our crews kidnapped by these thugs, it seems like their headquarters is located in Stevedore Central. But they say come with the ransom, otherwise they cannot guarantee her safety.
I see. Okay. Well, let me. Of course, the guard is going to be useless. I'll meet you down there.
That is excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In 1 hour, they say.
Okay. She does give you, if you care to hear it, she does give you the information that she has.
Yes.
Yes,
Which is that, it's about the blood. It was analyzed, and the blood splatter shows that there were 5 individuals present that were from Zalos system. 3 male and 2 females. And they're being treated as the main suspects, of course, because they're still DNA profiling to see if they can get the exact names, but they know they're Zolosian. But the last DNA they found, the handprint on the rug, is Mirian blood, but it's very strange. I think something has happened to it because it has an incredibly high regenerative rate, even more so than any of the humanites or anything that they've seen before. Or any kind of bionic scalp or anything like that could really help. So they think maybe it's corrupt, but it's very strange. They can't tell if it's a male or female, and it has this amazing regenerative rate. It doesn't seem possible.
Are you saying that there were 5 people total? So 4 from Zalos and 1 from Miriam?
No. 5 from Zalos, 6 people total. 5 from Zalos, 1 from Miriam.
I will relay that information to Amira and Saeed. And he does so.
Okay. And they also confirm things that you already know, like that the round that you found on the wall was from a Vulcan carbine, and it's illegal and not common. The super silent rounds that you guys found on the wall, you guys already figured that out, but they confirm that. But it's strange because it looks like it has a huge deformation in it, like it was like deformed mid-flight. Because the side is flattened on it, almost like something hit it when it was in midair. Yeah, which is very strange. They can't figure out why it's like that. So it has two deformations. One is from hitting the wall, and it has one that's on the side of it. And they analyzed a few different rounds, and they're all like that. And anything else new? Otherwise, I think everything else you've got. You knew about the Vulcan carbine. You know that things
He
are
says,
illegal. Yeah.
He says, does it look like the bullets hit something thick and hard, like an armor?
No, because they would have stopped there. It doesn't look like a deflection per se. It almost looks like it just, yeah, that's why it's strange. Because it doesn't have any like loss of mass like you'd have if it was deflection. If it hit armor, it would like lose mass. It would like lose part of itself. This doesn't look like that. It looks like it was actually like smacked flat on one side. They can't figure out why. They're still looking into it. But that is very unusual, of course.
Miriam blood.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Miriam blood and 5 Zolicians.
Oh, by the way, I guess in midst of our
Oh.
communication, he probably hit the speaker.
Right, yeah. Well, you guys are all connected on the same. You guys have like headsets. I'm assuming we always just kind of do that. The other thing is, which I guess this is all part of it because it's not in the notes here because it happened to you guys and it doesn't happen in the module. The body that you found matches one of the DNAs of the from the Zolicians. So when you found that body and you told the adjudicator about it. And they're still what's strange about that person is they actually found them, of course, and they actually have the body, which is all torn up, of course. But it seems like they're like they don't exist. They're not in any registries. They can only tell by the DNA that they're from the Zolician system, but they're not like so they're of course reaching out for more information from the Zolician system, but that takes days. So, but it's weird because it's like they don't exist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is minorly suspicious.
Yeah. Sounds like we're dealing with agents. I wouldn't say that out loud, but sounds like we're dealing with agents.
I'm not going to say that we're dealing with agents, but I'm going to say it.
We're saying it's agents, but it's agents.
Yes, but which agents?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes.
Well, perhaps the carbine may give us a little clue, because if they're illegal and they're being carried here, perhaps the stevedores that we may encounter would have more information. Just a thought.
True. We do know a few stevedores.
We may know somebody. I haven't been thinking straight. We have to get Cyrus, but what about Sabatha? She might know something.
I've just been thinking about her myself, too.
Well, I'm getting worried for Cyrus's safety. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not as good in fights in close quarter as you are, Saeed. Perhaps I should stay hidden far away and cover you while you deal with these thugs.
Yeah, I'd feel better if I had my armor on, but...
Is that where you've been heading? I mean, you could obviously be heading there. Obviously, you're having a conversation, but you could be walking while you're talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was heading, but...
Yeah, you have enough time.
I'm heading back to Amira's. We could check to see how our charge is doing, what her high score is.
Nice.
If
So
you
all that happened with you, by the way, Cyrus, is actually happening in the future of this. So just timeline-wise, I just didn't want to leave you sitting there for too long. I didn't want to torture you too long to not know what was going on. Go ahead, sorry. Just so we're
Saeed,
timeline-wise.
if you were to go there wearing your armor, I do not think they will consider that you're going there to give them the armor. It'll be a signal that you're going there for vengeance.
So you're saying I shouldn't wear the armor? I should bring the armor?
I do not know. Well, I would only say that if you were wearing the armor, and if I were those people, then I would perhaps consider that as a betrayal of the deal. I think bringing your armor would be a better idea. I'll defer the decision to Amira.
It takes me 15 minutes to get into it. It's not like I can just bring it and throw
Right.
it on.
And I'm not giving it to them.
I've got a long history with that armor.
Wear it.
There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in there.
I understand Ramon's point. I don't think he's unwise, but I just think you should wear it.
Well, they want the armor, so they got the armor. They didn't say anything about having Cyrus in there.
Exactly.
How about that? Perhaps we could have you wear the armor and cart you out. Do you understand what I suggest?
No?
We could place you in one of the coffins, have you actually be in the armor, and we could bring the armor and present it to them. And once it is done, you would simply rise and take these thugs out.
Oh. Well, I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think.
Have we a container where Said might fit with that armor?
This nice big Legionnaire's armor.
I mean, if you get down to Stevedore Central, you might be able to get something from somebody, sure. I mean, I don't know that you'd have that sitting around. But also, you could probably get it in the Spire, too. Just whether you get it fast enough would be the question.
Right.
Because we only got an hour, right?
Yeah, it's probably going to take you
Yeah, he's gonna do so if you guys would let him.
Yeah, well, I definitely want Saeed to be wearing the. I think it's just. I just don't want to. I don't want to give these guys this stuff. So.
No, that sounds like a good plan to me. It's reckless and dangerous and just like I like it.
Yes.
All right, yeah, you can do that. So you put the armor on and I guess you walk down there and then eventually you'll get into the box. So this is what we'll do. We'll do a 2 tests when you get down there. We need an observation test to see if you can find something that looks like you can deal with. And then if you can find something, you're going to have to try to, convince somebody to give it to you, which will just be like manipulation. So whoever wants to do that, feel free.
Just the observation, guys.
Who's got the best
Definitely.
observation? We can see that both Rahman and Saeed failed observation last time, but
I couldn't even find a slushy on the ground, so
Oh, well,
There we
Ramon
go.
got it.
yeah, you got one. Okay, it gets a limited success. I'll give 1 extra die to your manipulation roll in convincing them to give you this box.
Okay. I'll
If
do
you get
that.
just a regular success, then you'll have to pay for it. If you get a critical, they'll just give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will give me the box. I'll Jedi mind trick him.
All right. Nice. Oh, or you can do that if you want. I mean, I don't mind
Oh.
Darkest Point.
No, I'm not doing that right now.
I had to spend some Darkest Points to get Crystal captured, so I could use some back.
I have 2 successes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So it's not critical, so they're not going to give it to you. They're going to roll a d6 times 100. That's how many beer they want for it. Unless you want to roll, unless you want to pray to the icons. 1. Okay. Yeah. It's 100 beer. That's not bad.
Not gonna pray the icons for a box.
Listen, you never know. Okay. Yeah. So knock out 100 beer. Yeah, you're able to buy a box. It's big enough. And also convince the guy to let you borrow his hand cart to roll him with it. That's like a deposit on the hand cart. And you kind of, I guess, make yourself visible to the area so that you can be seen, obviously, because they didn't tell you. You don't know what they look like. And two really big guys in like stevedore overalls that look like they were like literally just bought. Like they still have like the press lines in them, and like brand new like boots. They step out when they see you, and they say, "Oh, perfect." So this is now what all the stuff that's happening to you, Crystal, is happening right now. They say,
Raman has all of the discussions recording.
Okay.
Yep.
So he says, the one guy says, "Oh, good. You were able to bring our package. Your package will be delivered to you as soon as we're on our way."
No, we'll see her now.
Uh, Okay, hold on. And he pulls out his communicator, and then he turns it and shows it to you, and you can see basically the scene that was described to Crystal earlier. She's basically in. I don't know that you'd identify her space because I'm not sure how often you've been there, but you see her kind of tied down with two guys there. One of them has a gun to her head.
You will release her now, or you won't get anything.
Yes, they are releasing her right now. You can see that.
Yeah, that looks like.
And about right now, you see him press the little button and starts counting down, and then he punches her in the face. You hear her get wise. The guy comes back and punches her in the face. He's like, "Oh, I can't control that. Though you're gonna open your mouth, you're gonna get punched in the face."
Oh.
But it's nice doing business with you, Captain. Hopefully, we can do more in a more fruitful way in the future. And then the one guy comes up to take the cart to start, to roll it away.
Okay. I'm going to say you're going to give us the armor and Cyrus, and I'm going to use my talent.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Okay.
I am.
All right. Activate Mystic Power.
Yep. Let's see here. How many do I put more in Mystic the other day? So 3. Okay. Oh boy.
Don't make her use the voice.
Oh yes, 3.
All right.
You
Yeah,
will
you
give
got control.
me the armor and Cyrus. That's what I say.
He looks. He says, "Well, yeah, of course. I mean, we were just, trying to get something electric for our time. And no offense." He's like, "Come on, well, I forget the guy's name now. Hold on. Jamar." He's like, "Just leave that box there. They'll take care of it." And Jamar kind of looks like, he's like, "Come on." He kind of shrugs, and they turn around and walk away. And then he calls back over his shoulder, "She's in her house."
Thank you, gentlemen.
And they kind of like walk away and blend into the crowd. Except their stevedore outfits are like perfectly dressed and clearly never used before.
Well, it was still a good idea with the box, Ramon. But I'm glad that we didn't have to shoot up Stevedore Central.
Saeed's laying in the box right now. What's going on? What's going on?
Raman
Yeah.
Raman looks
Meanwhile, a
completely
bunch of
confused.
rats grab the box and off they go with it.
So we'll get
And,
him out and we'll, go ahead.
Raman
Ramon.
looks at Amira and goes, "Amira, there are sometimes times that I truly do not know who I'm walking next to. I don't understand what just happened. Like a little while back when you were dealing with those other people too."
Well, I've told you, in my line of work, I'm whatever I need to be.
Yes, in my line of work, I needed to be whoever I needed to be, but That is quite extraordinary. I do not understand how these people could have just simply listened to you like that. By the way, the Adjudicator were supposed to meet us here.
Yeah, exactly. When all of you guys have this conversation, you see coming out of the crowd, you see the Adjudicator. And she looks around and she says, I've got a couple guys following them. I didn't want to, be too obvious here, because, remember what she looks like. She's in that, like, badass battle armor. So she's like, I was off to the side. Don't worry. I wasn't going to let anything happen to you.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate the help in the backup. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
she's-
Ramon.
No, he just says thank you to the Adjudicator. And he goes like, let us go over and find out Cyrus is safe. It shall be hell to pay for those people who struck her like that.
Yes. Right. If you explain that to her, that there's more people and stuff, she says, okay, I'm going to go join my men. Hopefully we can catch these two. We'll see what we can, what can we make happen here. If you need me again, let me know. And she kind of like does like a nod and then turns and like starts going into the crowd to follow after these guys. Hopefully, arrest them or whatever.
Okay.
And if you head down, luckily Cyrus lives near the Stevedore Central, so well, when you guys kind of get there, it's probably
Anybody gonna
like right
let
around
me
the
out
time.
of the box?
Yes, I would let you out of the box, love.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they had already done that.
As soon as I
Yeah.
see daylight, I'm just grabbing a throat. I don't know whose it is.
It's Ramon's. Oh boy.
Yeah, so that probably happens actually before the Adjudicator leaves. She probably immediately lowers her weapon, levels her weapon, and goes, "Oh, it's like, oh, that was quite the idea."
Yes, I'll release.
Yeah. So she says, "Oh, you probably should have let him take them. We could have definitely found out where they were going."
I'm not
See?
going to let someone just take Saeed. No.
Oh, I could have handled myself.
Well, nobody takes Said unless we
Well,
put him in a box in an armor.
Well, I've been watching the bulletin. I've heard that Saeed could take care of himself. And you like look up there's some bulletin screens, and you like see a video clip being replayed of Saeed leaving Nana's apartment
with wet hair.
With wet hair, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then yeah, so she's going to go off and try to catch these guys with her group. And if you head back down to where Cyrus is, you'll get there right around the time that your arm probably releases maybe like a few minutes before they get there, Crystal. So if you want to do anything.
Yeah, she'll like untie herself and then she will like go over and pick up K9's head and be like, oh, you poor dog. Does she think she could repair it?
Not easily. They like severed the spine and like destroyed the brain. They're a syndicate. They're not messing around. It's like that's the equivalent of them putting the horse head in your bed.
Yeah. She lays back down and like kind of just cuddles the head a little bit.
Okay. So in bursts through the door, Saeed in full battle dress, followed by Amir and Rahman. Cyrus is sitting on her bed holding a robot head.
Are you okay?
Yeah. They hurt K9 though. I don't know if I can repair this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Doc.
But how do you feel? Are you hurt?
Like she kind of like wipes blood off of her lip. Like, no, not too bad.
Saeed's gonna look her over just to make sure.
Yeah, you probably took just a couple points of damage. We'll say it was like a critical that knocked you out. So, but you healed. But the damage in here is healed like 1 point per hour. So you're fine.
Well, hopefully the Adjudicator would catch those guys.
Yes.
Wait, you sent the police after them?
Adjudicator
Yes,
that
they
we
had
made.
you kidnapped.
I mean, you do realize it's just going to make things worse for me, right? I mean, it's the syndicate. I mean, they deal with police. They know how to do that kind of stuff. If you send their guys to jail, they'll be out on the street in a day. And then they're
Perhaps,
going to blame me for that.
perhaps that is what you believe. But the fact of the matter is that you were kidnapped and you were nearly killed.
Yeah, I guess.
These people understand only one thing, and that is a show of force. And why not leverage the Adjudicator while she's supporting us?
Yeah, I guess.
Also, Cyrus, you probably shouldn't go anywhere alone for a while. I'm not letting these people take you. I'm not letting them hurt you anymore.
It is my fault. I left Cyrus aside while trying to follow this harebrained scheme of mine.
Well, Ramon, maybe you've learned something today.
No, it's not your fault. It's their fault. They were being dicks. They only wanted the one object. I said to them, just tell me what the one object is that you're looking for, and I'll give it to them. I just didn't want to give it to the wrong people. That's all.
And
And
what
then
was
they-
this object?
Yeah, what was the object?
The thing they gave me back on the other planet. The data, the flash drive they'd given me.
Yeah, I don't think you told them that.
Yeah,
I
you
did. No, I did. Because remember, because the ship's camera, like they saw me. The ship's camera saw the guy giving me something, and they asked me about it.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, she told Amira.
Right.
So yeah, she was like, yeah. So they came up and they were like, oh, you have something for us? And I was like, well, what is the thing that you're looking for? And then they like freaking knocked me out because it's like I wasn't like, I was like saying like, yeah, just tell me what it is you're looking for and I'll give it to you. I just didn't want to give the wrong thing to the wrong people because I knew that could get me in more trouble. They're freaking idiots.
Well,
And then they killed my dog.
yeah.
Assholes.
That is truly sad. But I'm glad that you're all right and that we have you back. All in one piece.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna try and repair K9.
I would have you reconsider. This place is where they captured you or brought you back, isn't it?
This is not safe, Cyrus.
Okay, well then I'm gonna get grease and oil all over your living room because I'm gonna bring my dog with me.
We'll buy a tarp.
You feel like a vibrating in your pocket, Amira.
Yes, I will. Oh, everything that's been going on.
Real quick, does Cyrus still have her communicator, or did they take it?
It's there. They dropped it on the ground after they used it. They didn't take
Okay.
it. Yeah, they didn't steal anything from you. They really, except they trashed a few things, broke some tools, like punks do.
Oh no, my pinball machine! Oh.
Oh.
Mhm.
All right, I will answer the queue here.
Yep. You hear Brother Amon's voice. He seems to be breathing like a little heavy, and he says, "Amir, I need to meet you in the Seeker's Garden at evening change. I'm sorry. I want to make things right." And then he hangs up.
Evening change.
Yeah, so that's like probably in, well, let's see. I'm trying to keep track of all the time that's going by. You guys went there. It's probably in maybe a couple of hours. Because you're on a space station, but they have 3 shifts, basically 3 8-hour increments of the days broken up into.
Yep. Okay.
And you guys are in the main. You're in the daytime one right now. So.
Right.
So yeah, it'd be like in a couple hours. And you know the Garden of the Seekers is, well, it's the Garden of the Seekers. It's where people go to like meditate, and it's like a, well, I mean, it's nothing. Everything is public, but it's like a public park basically, but for like anybody on the space station, really.
Okay.
It
Yeah, I'm sure
is
you would know it.
specifically. It is. I'm trying to find where it is. Of course, Garden of the Seekers. Let's see. It is. It's 20 miniature landscapes. Oh, it's in the. Oh, page 263. I'm trying to figure out where it is in the station. Let me tell you where it is. I mean, it's probably in the core. That's where everything is, but where most things are. It's not in Spira because it's open for everybody.
Yeah, I think we've jogged through it before.
I'm
Yes,
sure you have, yeah. Garden Seeker's odd collection of many different miniature landscapes. Yes, I know that. Where am I? Dome. Yeah, it's in the core. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter exactly where it is, but it's in the core. You can get there pretty quickly from where you're at. I mean, you are wearing battle armor. Yeah, it's in the core. Oh, it's probably on that map that let me see if it's on the map that I made for you guys. I made it with my own fingers. Actually, I didn't, obviously. Let's put you back on the map. Safari. Oh, Windows open here. Let's see. Ring in the core. Yep, it's P 6 on this map, which I'm about to put you on. There you go. And of course, you are in Stevedore Central, which is 5. So it is. You're in just regular 5. Yes.
6.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's in P6. It's in P6.
Yep.
Which is
I see it.
below you. I guess. Yeah, there it is. Yep. It's like below you guys, but it's pretty easy to get to. I mean, you could drop down like from 5 to 1 basically, and or go through P2, whatever that is. That's probably one of the. But yeah, you can get there pretty easy through the Spice Plaza. You've been to the Spice Plaza before. That's where you were attacked. I know you want to go back there.
Oh yeah.
It's not very far, so you have time to do stuff if you want to do any planning or whatever, But or if you want to, I don't know if you want to stay in your path armor.
I mean,
It'll definitely draw attention.
Cyrus wants to stay in here for a bit. Like, I mean, if we're gonna plan or whatever, she wants to try to repair K9.
Yeah, it's not.
If we're gonna,
it's not.
Okay. Not even with my gearhead talent.
Nope. You could build a new one maybe, but they're. I mean, I burned the darkness points so they could destroy your. That's part of my points.
Could she maybe like download its memory?
You can make a gearhead check, I guess. Well, or you can make a technology check for that, a hard one. So -2.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, you can use a computer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 1 positive as well, and no, it failed.
You want to pray? Give me those points back. Give me those points back.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give you back the points you used to kill my dog.
Well, when you say it like that. Okay, so
I'm going to go John Wick on them now.
nice. Okay, so you would know the Garden of the Seekers is an odd collection of many different miniature landscapes in the space smaller than 1 hectare. In the middle of the garden sits the Seekers' cult Strange Temple, constructed in a weird blend of all the garden's architectural styles. The landscape of the garden are from across the horizon. A Debran oasis sits next to a steaming Quan jungle. Spindly Marsh Delta from Brahm and Sadal share a corner with a dry Zalosian forest. Several places in the garden are built like small canyons with rope bridges across seemingly bottomless ravines. There's small benches and tables for visitors to rest scattered across the garden. All the horizon's flowers can be smelled here. From poppy to jasmine, the noise from the core is softened by the lush greenery and mixed with the gentle babble of small brooks, giving the garden an almost meditative aura. Streets around the garden are far from safe, however. Streets around the garden are far from safe, however. The guard, gangs, and other violent types usually lie in wait for victims here. So you probably don't want to be hanging out there at night, which I guess is when you're going there.
Which I'm going anyway.
Right. Some shifty dealings take place inside the garden as well. So this is what you would know of it. Yeah, he wants to meet you in the Garden of the Seekers, in the center where there is a bridge. He gives you the location or whatever, which I'll put you in when the time comes.
All right, I would tell Saeed.
And I'm
And
going
there's-
with you, right?
Yes, you can come with me.
And I'm wearing my armor, right?
Oh, I'm afraid you can't wear your battle armor into the Circle of Seekers garden.
I don't know. There is riots going on.
I know, but the
It is a
garden is supposed to be
bad-
meditative and
Bad part of it.
I mean, I think Saeed can wear his battle armor into the garden. I just wonder if he should.
maybe if you stayed outside the garden
Well,
and just watched from there.
I'm not letting you out of my sight. I will. I'll not wear the armor then.
I do not think anyone would object if you were to walk in there wearing your armor. I mean, it is quite dangerous outside, and it's not as if they're expecting us to not wear them or give them the armor. We could put you back in that box.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you can roll.
think I've
You
had
can
it.
roll culture. Somebody can give me a successful culture check to get an actual feeling on what the armor might. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you would guess right. It's not like illegal to wear the armor, but walking around in it will likely draw the attention of the guards. Not the
Even
adjudicators,
with-
because they don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because there's riots going on, and
Because
you could be a troublemaker, and you're now well protected, and they can't stop you as easily. So they're not going to want you to have that.
Oh,
I mean, you can do it, but you're almost certainly going to be stopped. That being
they're
said,
so unreasonable.
does anybody else want to make a culture check to see if you can get something better than limited for any more information?
I'll try. Let me just get my dice.
Or you could pray, Saeed. I got to get back those points. I had dog killing points and capture points. Nope, Rahman has no culture,
Yeah.
but we knew that.
He has no culture.
Yeah, Said's a little tired of the syndicate in that right now. They want his guns. They want his armor.
I will ask, since I didn't get any successes, I will ask the judge. Or actually, who would it be for culture? Probably the dancer or the messenger.
Culture would be the traveler. You guys hardly ever play with the traveler.
I'll ask the traveler for some guidance in this matter.
Something better
Oh,
than
there we go.
limited success.
That would be 2.
2, okay, perfect. All right, so and plus Crystal's character also got 1 success. So between all of you, you're kind of having this conversation, and you say, yeah, they'll definitely stop you, but you also know that you have an official adjudicator that is on your side. So if you were stopped, you probably could just have them call her, and it might delay you, but it probably would not be as bad as if you were just walking around in battle armor normally. So if you want to risk it, it's possible that you get the adjudicator, or you could call them first, I suppose. That's up to you, but you will definitely draw a scene because people go there to meditate, not to walk around in battle armor. So,
Yeah.
but you think that with your connection with the adjudicator, that you would not like get held or anything for having the armor. So it's up to you if you want to wear it or not.
What do you think, Saeed?
Well, this is your business trip. I'll go by what you say.
Okay.
I would rather have the backup, but you know me. I'd rather do a little too much and be safe than.
Well, I second Saeed's opinion. If you are voting, then my vote is with Saeed.
Okay, you can wear the armor. But maybe we won't have you walk all the way into the garden, because you will scare the seekers.
Okay. But I keep you in sight.
Yes, of course, daughter.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you'll have to get kind of close. You have to be inside the garden to keep her in sight, but that's fine. You don't need to. You could be like away from where she's going to be, so you don't want to scare. You don't want to seem like you're together. I guess is what you're saying. And that seems legit, and that can be the plan for next session, because it is 9 o'clock. And what were you gonna say something? Sorry.
Nope.
Okay. You guys successfully have made me back all my darkness points, which is very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But this is good because there's some experience point stuff going on here. Let's do some experience points. So, all right, here we go. Did you participate in the session? Yeah, I think you guys all did that. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal? Difficult? Not specifically for this goal, I don't think, unless you can think of something. However, somebody had a personal problem that got addressed, so they'll get a point for that. Sorry, Cyrus, you'll get a point for that. You put yourself and your crew at that for the personal problem. Did anybody learn something new about themselves or others? We all know that Ramon's bald now.
Yes.
Do we know that Cyrus had a dog?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that was common knowledge.
Yeah. She's given him its final rites now. May the messenger hold you in her arms. You were a good boy.
Yes, sadly, we've lost two important electronic pieces: Saeed's guns or sight rather scope, and Crystal's dog, or Cyrus's dog. All right, so you'll get a point there, Crystal. Did you learn something new? Okay, did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? Oh.
Yeah, I lost my tooth over it, and then a bunch of other stuff.
That's true.
You did go out of your way for that.
Yeah.
So we'll have to give you a point there. Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to give you a point for that, but I'll give you a point for putting the group at risk because of your personal problem, which is always causing issues. I put the causing a scene, being punched in the face, and trying to steal the tablet into that category. So either way, so you get a point for that. And everybody, I think everybody had interaction with icons this time, so you can all get a point for that. And we're one step closer to figuring out what's going on in the world here. The syndicate is coming down on you guys, and you're going to meet with Brother Ramos next session.